So let's talk pricing on small handyman jobs. I want to respond to this comment here that was in response to another video I did about having a minimum service charge or a minimum call out charge. And in that original video, I basically stated the importance of having a minimum call out fee where you are getting a minimum price for even small jobs. I had said in that video that if you're doing more than 3 to 4 small jobs in a day, you're probably not pricing your minimum call out fee enough. And this comment is a really good example of that I want to respond to. And in no way am I trying to, point a finger or be, disagreeable here. Please hear the tone. I hope this comes off as helpful. And I don't know any of the details behind this commenter's situation, but something I want to point out, he said, when I was doing side jobs, I would do $50 an hour. So usually I would get 4 to 6 items for a day, and I'd go do that, and they could negotiate beforehand if they wanted to have me charge less. I've done 6 and knocked off 50 just to make them happy, is how the comment ended. And a couple things, just observations I want to share about this is, first of all, I can tell it's a side job. You acknowledge that much. I can tell it's a side job by how you're wording it. First of all, $50 an hour is not enough to be charging for a professional business. Like, as a little side hustle to make a little extra cash for the weekend, maybe sure. But if you're actually wanting to run a business, you're going to find out very quickly that charging $50 an hour, that might sound like a lot if you're a W-2 wage earner. But what you're going to learn very quickly is that $50 an hour doesn't go very far at all when you're running a business. Furthermore, I want to point out another principle. I often teach guys in my Handyman Starters community, don't price by the hour. Don't tell a customer what your hourly rate is, because you're leaving so much on the table. What do I mean by that? You can charge more for the value you're providing, not just the time that it takes to get that job done. Also, if you're the more efficient you are, if you're charging by the hour, you're penalizing yourself because you're more skilled and more efficient today than you were a year ago or 10 years ago at doing the very same job. And so because it's not taking you longer to do, you're actually making less money. So I'll give a real example of today. Today is Monday, April 7th, I think. And I have one of my technicians today is making $1,575 is what we're billing for, not including materials. And they're doing several different jobs. They're doing a job where they're installing a railing at one house, like a couple handrails from inside someone's garage. They're also doing another job where they're installing grab bars at another house. They're doing a job with exterior caulking. And then they're doing a job of putting some fascia back up onto someone's house. This is going to require them to be up on a roof and, requiring a ladder to get up there and whatnot. So I think those are the only 4 jobs that they have. And in total, we're going to bring in $1,575. Now, don't hear that as all profit. I have a business to run. I have overhead. And so that's going into some different directions. But what I want you to hear in that is, if I used your pricing, I would be making $200 at that, and it's just, you're leaving a lot on the table when you price your services that way. So again, hopefully this is helpful. Not trying to be a dickhead about this. I'm trying to be helpful and say, listen, if you want to be a handyman, you can charge a decent amount, but you got to charge for the value that you're providing. So hopefully that helps. These are the types of questions, though, that I answer and help people with in getting started in their handyman business. So if there's anything that I can do to serve you or to be of assistance, please don't hesitate to drop me a message, and I'll be happy to help in any way that I can.